Ever mused over the oddities of borders? Borders, those unseen lines, are more than mere geographical boundaries. They encapsulate a dense weave of history and culture. Some are simple, others are extraordinarily bizarre, prompting one to wonder the reasoning behind their inception. Did you know the shortest border in the world is only 85 meters long, separating Spain and Morocco? Now that's something to marvel at. So strap yourself in as we set off on this riveting escapade to uncover some of the world's most outlandish borders. Picture this: Andorra, a tiny country nestled between Spain and France. This microscopic nation has a border that is just 77 kilometers from Spain and 63 kilometers from France. Imagine crossing from one country to another in the blink of an eye. That's the beauty of borders. Now let's journey to South America, where Argentina, Paraguay, and Brazil converge. The Friendship Bridge connects the three countries. 1 feet in Argentina, 1 in Paraguay, and you're waving at Brazil. How's that for a friendly neighborhood? Next up, the point where Austria, Hungary, and Slovakia meet. It's a tri-border area with a unique feature: a table set for a feast. Yes, a table. It signifies unity and friendship among the nations. Brr! We're heading to the chilly north, where Canada and Denmark share a border. It's not your typical border, though. It's a small, barren rock in the icy waters of the Arctic Ocean called Hans Island. Speaking of Canada, it shares the longest international border with the U.S., a staggering 8,893 kilometers. That's like crossing the entire width of Asia. This border is also marked by stunning natural landscapes, including the Great Lakes, the Rocky Mountains, and the vast prairies of the Midwest. Along this expansive boundary, you'll find the Haskell Free Library and Opera House, a unique cultural institution straddling the border where visitors can literally walk between two countries while browsing its collection of books. Over in Asia, China, North Korea, and Russia share a unique border. It's a point in the middle of the Tumen River where you can theoretically switch countries with just a few strokes of swimming. Then there's the Karakoram Pass, a high mountain pass between China and Pakistan at an elevation of 4,760 meters. It's a breathtaking sight. This strategic corridor is not only a marvel of engineering, but also a symbol of the deepening ties between these two nations. The northernmost trip point in the world is shared between Finland, Sweden, and Norway. Here, at the tri-border cairn, a simple yet significant marker stands, symbolizing the peaceful coexistence and cooperation among these three nations for centuries. It's so far north, Santa probably uses it as a landmark. Crossing the Alps, we enter the picturesque landscapes of France and Switzerland. Here, the border meanders through lush meadows, serene lakes, and charming alpine villages, reflecting the shared heritage and cultural ties between these two nations. Amidst this breathtaking scenery lies the Hotel Arbaz, a unique establishment where guests can sleep with one foot in France and the other in Switzerland, experiencing the rich culinary and cultural traditions of both countries under one roof. Heading back to South Asia, we confront one of the world's most contentious borders between Pakistan and India. From the majestic peaks of the Himalayas to the desolate plains of the Thar Desert, this border is a stark reminder of the deep-seated rivalries and conflicts that have shaped the region's history. Here at the Wagalatari border crossing, every evening for the past 70 years, crowds gather to witness the elaborate and synchronized flag-lowering ceremony, a symbol of national pride and defiance amidst decades of political tension. In Europe, the Netherlands, Belgium, and Germany meet at a point marked by a monument. It's a tri-country area where you can hop from one nation to another in mere seconds. The Netherlands and Belgium take it a step further. With a town called Barl, the border zigzags through houses, cafes, and even a supermarket. Imagine having a meal in one country and strolling over to another for dessert. Sounds unreal, right? But that's just a typical day in the town of Barl. You could be sipping on Dutch coffee in your living room, then a few steps to your kitchen, and voila! You're in Belgium, whipping up some Belgian waffles. Crazy, isn't it? Now that's what you call living on the edge. The tiny Republic of San Marino is completely surrounded by Italy. It's like a country within a country. Singapore and Malaysia are separated by the Johor Strait, a narrow stretch of water that's just over a kilometer wide. Last but not least, the US and Russia are separated by the Bering Strait. At their closest point, they are just 2.5 miles apart. Just a stone's throw away from each other lie the Diomede Islands, where despite their close proximity, you could almost shout across the border. One island is firmly planted in Sunday, while the other steps into Monday, a quirk of the international date line that separates these two nations by more than just distance. So there you have it, some of the most unique, intriguing, and downright bizarre borders from around the world. Each one tells a different story. Each one holds a different charm. So the next time you look at a map, remember those lines that divide us also unite us in fascinating ways. But our journey doesn't have to end here. If you know of any other intriguing and bizarre borders or have personal stories to share about these ones, please let us know in the comments below. Thank you for joining us on this adventure, and until next time, happy exploring!